Welcome back, everyone. Thanks for joining me for another video. This time I have something a little different for you. I am working on my Project Life album right now. So I love my Project Life albums. I think they are a great way to keep track and record and scrap the photos that really don't need a full 12 by 12 layout to tell the story. They're just kind of more of those everyday photos, and I've always loved looking back at my Project Life albums, and my daughter, I think they might be some of her favorites too. So I'm catching up. I don't do Project Life like a lot of people do. I don't try to do it every week, or about 3 or 4 times a year I will get my stuff together and I will work on my Project Life album, and I'll do like a few months at a time. So my albums for Project Life go from Sunday to Saturdays. I just like it that way. Sometimes I will have 1 week on them. Sometimes I will have 2 weeks. I've had a whole month before. It just depends on how many pictures I have for that week. So this one that I'm working on here is my husband showing my son how to get the barbecue ready. And it was just really cute because he taught my other son, and my other son really likes to set it up for him. So I think my youngest, who's in this picture, really enjoyed learning it too, so he could be like big brother. So what I'm doing, I'm kind of changing around the way I do Project Life just a little bit. The way I do it currently is I used to get Project Life kits, but I no longer. I have one more for June, and so what I'm doing now is I'm just using up old collections. When I get to the end of a collection, I'll put it on a shelf that I have for Project Life stuff, and I will go find out which one. And this is Let's Party, I believe that's the name of it, by Simple Stories. And I had done some scrapbook layouts with it, so with the scraps, I'm using it for this week. This is the week of May 14 through 20, and I'm going to use it for this week because my son's birthday is May 17th, so his birthday will be in the middle of all this. So I don't waste a lot of time or spend a lot of time thinking about each photo and how I want it to be embellished. I kind of work on each card separately, and then they just seem to come together in the album. There's been times when I didn't really like the way that everything looked while I was working on it, but in the end, or when I go back and look at it, I love all my Project Life pages. And again, I think it's just because it's the everyday life thing. So here is a card that was in that collection, and it says who, and it's Ty, Mike, and Layden. What, and it's birthday party. And when is May 16th, 2017. And where, Pirates Pizza, Mike's Choice, Pizza Games, and Mini Golf is what I wrote on this card. And I'm not going to do any more embellishing to that card. I'm just going to stick it in. And I like to have some cards and some photos that are not embellished at all. It just kind of gives your eye a place to rest. Or sometimes I add lots of stuff to everything. So it just kind of depends. In the very end of this video, I will add a few close-up pictures and full pictures of the entire layout so you can see them in their page protectors in the album. And like I said, I really love this layout. And the reason I'm using this smaller page protector, I use all different pocket pages in my album. I mostly use the one with the 2 or the 4 horizontal 4x6 and the 4 vertical 3x4s, but I like to mix it up quite a bit. And if I have less pictures for a week, then I might just use one of these smaller ones that you can see me using here. So since the week before I had used the smaller one, I'm just starting with this small one for this week because you know, because it's the back side of it. I hope that makes sense. And the other thing I like to do for every week or 2 weeks or every spread that I have in my album, I like to put, I don't put week 1 or week 2, I put the dates. So right here you can see me, I just took this card with the birdie on it, and I'm putting May in the red letters, and this is all stuff by Simple Stories, all from that collection. And now I'm going to take the smaller letters that were in that collection, and I'm going to put the numbers 14, and I'm going to leave a space, and I'm going to put the number 20, and I'm going to put an enamel dot in between them, just kind of to, so it says May 14th through 20th. So when I'm looking back through the album, I know that all these pictures are 14 through 20. And a lot of times I will use my date stamp, or like you can, I think you saw me a little while ago, like in that barbecue 4x6 card, and I was using a roller stamp, but it has the days of the week. It's not the date. It's like Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. It's by Studio Calico. So this is going to be the other side. So I will always add, I don't always add, but I really always like to add some, either the date to the photo or like Saturday, Sunday, so I know what day of the week it was. And I don't always do it. It just kind of depends basically on how much embellishments I already have for the layout and if I think it looks cute. But I like to try to, I think I add it in this one, but maybe not the next few. And sometimes I even go back and add the days of the week to them, but it's just something I like to do. So this page protector that I'm going to be using is the one with 4 vertical 4x6 photos and 4 horizontal 3x4 photos. And these are the cards. These were on 12x12 cut apart sheets, and I just cut them all down and I'm gluing them on. I'm just figuring out which one I want to back these on. Like I said, I don't really take too much time on each photo. I will mat it. Maybe I don't. Sometimes I mat it. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I like to leave just plain photos in there with no embellishments. Again, just for your eye to have a place to rest. Sometimes I will write, you will see like on the way I do this whole spread, I'm going to use a lot of tags and tabs to write my journaling on, to just jot a little bit down about what's going on in the page. Obviously, this is my son's birthday. I don't need to write, this is my son's birthday. So I'll only just add a few little things. Like one of them is a picture you will see of my cat. My son was sick, and so we had a paper bag for him to put his tissues in. He definitely uses a lot of tissues, but I'd rather that than him wiping it on something else. So my cat, I looked down and was sleeping in the bag of tissues. How gross is that? So of course I had to take a photo. So that's the type of photo that I like to put in my Project Life albums. I don't need to scrapbook a whole 12x12 layout of my cat sleeping in the tissue bag, which if you want to, by all means, scrap whatever makes you happy. I totally encourage it. You can scrap. I've seen somebody scrapbook about the layout they were scrapbooking. I thought that was crazy, but you know, everybody has, you know, whatever makes you happy to scrap is what you should do. So that is kind of why but that's why I like this, is because I can get those small photos scrapbooked that don't really, I personally don't want to do a full 12x12 layout about the cat in the tissue bag. But maybe there's somebody out there who does. So I hope all that makes sense. And I hope I'm not discouraging anybody to do the full page layouts. But if you've never done Project Life, you should definitely try it, or at least a pocket page. They're fun to do. And I use pocket pages also with my 12x12 layouts. The way I have my Project Life is I have 2 albums for every year, I think since 2012. Let me look. Okay, no, 2013 has only one. And then 2014 and then on, I'll have 2. Because our lives just got busier. So I just needed more. And I've learned to add more things. So I'm going to try to show you guys a couple close-up pictures. But I apologize for the lighting. There's not, you know, my desk is kind of small. So I can't do a whole lot of fancy lighting in my desk. So when I try to show you the close-up pictures, it doesn't work. So that's why I will show you a few closer up pictures in the end of this video. So I have my Project Life albums in 2 albums, and then I keep all my 12x12 layouts in other albums. So I don't keep them together. There's no reason. I think it'd be kind of cool if you did, but that's just how I do it. And I like to add other things into my Project Life albums, like birthday cards or cards you get in the mail, or if there's a funny piece of homework that one of my children brings home, I'll add a piece of that in there. And I thought about doing a small album flip through so you guys can see what kinds of things I will add into my Project Life album. Actually, that didn't look too dark when I was just seeing that there, but if you would be interested in just seeing a quick, small little flip through of a Project Life album just to see what kinds of things I add in there, then please let me know in the comments below, and I would be more than happy to. So, as you can see, I just go photo to photo, and some of them I cut down and matte them. Sometimes the orientation of the pictures is off, and sometimes, so I do have to cut them down, and sometimes it's right. So, plus I use my Canon Selfie, and it doesn't cut or print at a true 4:6. So, sometimes I have to cut those photos down, but I don't mind. It looks really cute with the frame anyway. So, I'm just scrapbooking these photos. I scrapbooked the one of my son and the candles on his cake. Oh, I did forget to journal what kind of cake he had, but that's okay because those are the type of photos which I will do a 12:12 layout about. But see here where he got a new cell phone. Oh, excuse me. I don't think that I don't feel like I need to do, although I might do a 12:12 of his new phone because this was the first time he got his own phone and not a hand-me-down phone. And I just wrote for the journaling a brand new phone for his birthday, iPhone 7 Plus, and he got to choose it. He's always had hand-me-down phones, so this time that's what he wanted for his birthday. So the next card, this is the card I was telling you about with my kitten sleeping in the tissue bag. And I'm just going to take, let me see here. I'm just going to take, I think I use a punch, and I'm just going to journal, just a quick little journaling about, Creeper decided Tim's used tissue bag made a comfy bed. Gross. So there you can see, I can't remember if that was a sticker or if I punched that out. I think that was a sticker, but I'm just going to quickly journal. It tells the story, it says enough about it, and it'll be in the layout. So it was just another part of everyday life. So in some other videos, I don't do it on this Project Life spread at all, but in the next few videos you might see I actually love to print my journaling. Not all the time, but sometimes. So you will see me do that in the coming up videos. And I really like the way it looks. I like to mix some printed and some handwritten journaling. It just kind of gives more interest, I think. So another thing that I like to add into my Project Life videos is quotes. Funny things that either my kids say or I say. I will put them in my phone to remember to put it in my Project Life album, and then I will go back when I'm doing my album. I'll look it up in my phone to make sure that I get it on that day, which you will see me do that in one of the next coming up videos. I'm not sure which one. So here I am. This is just a picture of my daughter with the cat. And this one I will make into a 12:12 because the cat did pass away since this picture was taken, which if you've seen my past videos, then you probably know that. But I thought she would like this photo in here anyway. So it's just another everyday moment. And I just put a couple stickers down. I put the date. I stamped the day Saturday on there. And I put the heart. And again, all of this is coming from this birthday collection, but that card that I just made isn't birthday themed at all. So, you know, look at your stickers and your collections and see how you can use them in other ways. So, this card, I'm just going to take this camera sticker and I made it so it looked like it was coming from off the page, which is just another way to add a little bit of interest to it. And that's all I'm going to do to that one. I don't need to explain it. It's a pretty flower. I could write that it was in my garden, but I just didn't worry about it. This picture is of the blueberries. Oh, I had so much fun watching our blueberries grow this year. I did not know they grew like around themselves. I was very fascinated. Every day I'd go out and look at the blueberries and just watch them close. It was amazing to me. maybe everybody else knows how they grow and I'm just kind of late to the game, but yeah, I had a lot of fun watching them grow. So there will be more blueberry pictures later on in the Project Life album. But again, I don't have to scrapbook a 12 by 12 layout, although I think I might about the blueberries just because I have all the photos in succession of each other. This photo, I don't know if I'll make a 12 by 12 about this one, but my husband went on a fishing trip and just adding it in there. So again, I just really love Project Life for everyday moments. I encourage you to give it a try, or just look around and try a pocket page if you don't want to do the whole, and don't stress out about a picture every day. I definitely don't take a picture every day, so don't worry about that at all. So this is how my spread is going to look. So that they will go in the album like this. There are other things, I add birthday cards in the middle, but here's a couple close-ups of the spread, and there's the Learning to Barbecue, and there's a close-up of the middle photos there, and you can just see I just added the little tab with my journaling and called it good. So I really hope you guys like this video, and thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe below and give me a thumbs up, and I will see you guys on Friday. Thanks, everyone.